or the continuation of same sesquiterpenoids, the alpha-syntonic was under discussion. So alpha-syntonic, which is having a three rings present. So you have come across some of the sesquiterpenoid which have no ring at all. You have come across ingiberine and so many others. Similarly, having one ring, you have come across bisabolene in that particular example. Similarly, alpha-syntonic is another one which is having three rings. Two rings are formed due to the sesquiterpenoid, and the third ring is formed by the oxidation of isopropyl unit followed by cyclization. So this is a lactone ring, in fact. This is a 10-member ring. So these are the three rings present in alpha-syntonic. The importance of alpha-syntonic, why this is important, this is isolated from a plant called Artemisia scoparia. Artemisia is a very important class of, or you can say it is a genre, which is a very important genre. It has a plants of very important medicinal importance. So this is the plant name. It has an anthelemantic activity. What this activity is? This activity is basically against the roundworm, tapeworm, ringworms, all these animals which belongs to phylum Platyhelminthes. So phylum Platyhelminthes, these roundworms, these are normally growing in the gut. Gut means starting from the pharynx to the large intestine portion. This is commonly called gut. So in this digestive tract, whole digestive tract, starting from pharynx to the large intestine, all this part of the body where the food passes through and get absorbed, this is commonly called gut. This is a tube, in fact. So in these, there are certain worms that we call roundworms, tapeworm, or some other type of the worms. These grow, which belongs to phylum Platyhelminthes. These normally grow in cattle animals that we keep for overuse, like for milk, for meat, or for other purposes. So these are called cattle. So in fact, this alpha-syntonic has an activity that it kills the roundworm in the gut of cattle. If they are growing in the gut, what happens? Roundworms share the food. What the food cattle are eating. So uh, I think cattle are CATTLES. This is not right. Spells are not correct here. Cattle should be CATTLE. So anyhow, these kills the roundworms. So roundworms, tapeworm, ringworms, etc. They are different in shape. So these eat the food of the cattle. So what the food cattle is taking, they are basically making use of that and growing and multiplying. So that's why the cattle feel more and more hunger because its need is not completed. So this is also causing a very drastic effects to them. So alpha-syntonic is basically having this activity that in the cattle, it kills the roundworms. As a result, because they are attached with the intestine. So when they are attached with the intestine, alpha-syntonic breaks their attachment with the internal intestine. This is the activity alpha-syntonic. This activity is commonly called anthelemantic activity, mean which kills the worms, which removes their binding with the internal layer of the intestine with that we commonly call villi. There are certain other species which are also very important because it produces the derivative of alpha-syntonic, which have insecticidal activity. Insecticidal activity means that kills the insects. And this is abundant in KPK and Balochistan of Pakistan origin. So in KPK province and Balochistan, we are having a lot of alpha-syntonic species growing over there. So So this is the importance of the alpha centaurin. In previous lecture, I have presented a little about this concept, that biosynthesis of this. You are familiar with alpha saline. I have already presented this natural product. This is originating from the farnesyl pyrophosphate. So farnesyl pyrophosphate converts into alpha salinine, which is a natural sesquiterpenoid produced by a large number of molecules. The same alpha salinine undergo a variety of different. You see, if you compare the structure of these two, it has a methyl above the plane. It also have a methyl above the plane. Here it is having a isopropenyl group. It also have a isopropenyl group present at this position. Right. Similarly, it has a methyl here, a double bond. Similarly, it also have a methyl here and a double bond. What structural changes takes place to alpha salinine to convert into alpha santonin? Now look at here, I have presented first hydrolase works on this. What is hydrolase? Hydrolase is an enzyme which works on this, which adds water to this. If water is added, what shall happen? If water is added, OH is going here and hydrogen is added here. Normally, we get hydrogen here, OH here. This is called Marconi oxidation. But here it is undergoing anti-Marconi oxidation. That hydrogen is going to more substituted side and OH is going to less substituted side. This is a anti-Marconi addition, in fact. So here, this is the addition of water taking place across this. Water is added by an anti-Marconi oxidation by enzymes. Hydrolase works. Hydrolase means we add water. So water is added here, OH here, and hydrogen here. Next is oxidase, because when water is added, OH is here, it forms secondary alcohol. So secondary alcohol is oxidized to ketone. These two enzymes I have presented in blue color. After two additions, one addition of water makes secondary alcohol, then oxidase cause the oxidation of secondary alcohol to ketone. So we get this functional group. We have a CH and CH here as well. Next is the hydrogenase. Dehydrogenase. Dehydrogenase is an enzyme which removes hydrogen. So it removes hydrogen not only from this carbon to that carbon, it generates a double bond. It also take out hydrogen from this conjugated to, what is the driving force? When these two hydrogens are removed here and here, they are making a conjugated system. Now you see three double bonds are in conjugation. So they are having a higher resonance form. Higher resonance form mean more resonance energy. More resonance energy mean more stabilization. So this is the dehydrogenase working. I presented in red. So this red color is making this change. It is making double bond here. You see this fragment is converted very similar to this alpha center. Very similar to this. Just we have a change here. This is not been incorporated. So what happens next? Hydrolase. Hydroxylase works on this and make a hydroxylation here at this position, and it brings hydroxyl behind the plane as per requirement. So hydroxylase make hydroxylation at this position, generates a OH here, the one I have presented in green color. So hydroxylase bring this chemical change. Next is hydrogenase. Hydrogenase shall do what? Hydrogenase shall work on this and add hydrogen to this and that. So you shall get a isopropenyl shall be hydrogenated to isopropyl group. So this double bond shall be reduced. What happens next? These reactions that I have presented in magenta color, basically this carbon-carbon double bond is first reduced to carbon-carbon single bond. Then this methyl group, there is a methyl group here initially, it undergo oxidation. Oxidase works on this. I have already presented this protocol. Methyl first oxidized to primary alcohol, CH2OH. Then that oxidizes to aldehyde. Aldehyde further oxidizes to ketone. Aldehyde further oxidizes to carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid once formed here, we have a OH here, which is this one. So alcohol and carboxylic acid both are present closer to each other, so they are going to form an ester, and this ester is cyclic ester, which we commonly call lactone. This is how lactone is formed. So starting from alpha salinine, you see alpha santonine is being produced. How? These are the number of steps. You see, 6 different enzymes are working on this molecule, and these two blue ones are generating a change at this position, making a carbonyl. The one in red brings double bond at this position, remove hydrogen from these two positions, make this ring clear. And then hydroxylase make this hydroxylation at this carbon. Then the hydrogenase add carbon-carbon double bond here, and then it is being oxidized to generate this. This is the biosynthesis of alpha santonin. Similarly, let's see if I go to the next slide. I have presented, this is the same that I have presented yesterday, that we have alpha santonin. So if it is reacted with HCl, so HCl basically protonates this and it undergo rearrangement, methyl transfer from this position to this, generating an aromatic system. This is, so this enol keto form is converted into enol form, which is commonly called phenolic. It gives ferric chloride test positive. So it indicates that this sort of molecule is present in this structure. This fragment is been confirmed. If we add with HI breaks up this oxygen carbonyl bond. It protonates this. As a result, it leaves and a water molecule approach. This resulting carboxylic acid and OH. So this is confirming it is acidic solution. So it confirms that we are having this nucleus present in the molecule. Similarly, we have carbonyl was indicated here. So if we react this way 2,4-DNP, it gives positive test coloration, red coloration, which gives us this idea that there is a ketone present. Maybe aldehyde is also present. So when tolerance tests were performed, so that shows negative test. So which indicate that it is not an aldehyde, but it is a ketone. So this ketonic, which was indicated here, is again confirmed here. Similarly, 3 equivalents of hydrogens are added, which shows that 2 hydrogens are added here. Third is added here, in fact. So 3 hydrogens are added. But when bromination is caused, 2 equivalents are added. It means 2 carbon-carbon double bonds are present, and there is one other bond, which is definitely carbonyl indicated here. So this is some information, some of the reaction I have highlighted, but this is not the all. Many other reaction chemical methods has been performed already to determine, to elucidate the structure of alpha santonin, and it took a long time to conclude the structure of alpha santonin. All right, so let's see. Uh, this is the reaction. Synthesis of alpha santonin was provided to confirm the structure of alpha santonin. Now, let's see, first of all, if I first, this is the reaction, Weil and Miescher ketone we have covered, that this is the Michael addition. When we are having this carbonyl, it is in the presence of acetic acid. This is being protonated. So this pi electron transfers on this oxygen to stabilize positive charge on oxygen. This pi electron transfers there. At the same time, this pi electron transfer, this is the enol form of this molecule. So this hydrogen leave, one hydrogen H positive ion was consumed here. You see in this reaction, one H positive ion is again produced. It means the role of acetic acid is catalytic. It is acting as a catalyst. So 1 and 2, this is acceptor and this is a donor species. You see, this is donating electron. This is accepting electron. This is acceptor and this is donor. This is commonly called Michael's addition. So in this case, when the adds up, these results in the formation of this entity. Again, I have presented in whole form, and this carbonyl is protonated. Now, the one which was donor is now acceptor, and the one which was acceptor is now donor. So this pi electron transfers here because this takes electron pair here on up to stabilize positive charge and oxygen. So this carbon become electron deficient, this H positive ion produce. You see, again, one H positive ion was used here, one H positive ion is consumed. It is again reproduced. So this is the role of acetic acid. It is acting as a catalyst. Normally we do this reaction in acetic acid as a solvent. So number 3 reaction product is formed. As a result, we get a new carbon-carbon bond formation here and OH here. When we have a OH here, this OH basically undergoes protonation again in the presence of acetic acid, making it a good leaving group. Once it leaves, you see, it becomes carbon positively charged. So one hydrogen leaves from here at the same time. So one H positive ion again consumed, one is again reproduced. So in every reaction, you have seen one H positive ion is consumed from acetic acid, one is again produced. So this is the catalytic role of the acetic acid. So it generates a double bond at this position. So what we get a double bond at this position. So this is commonly called a Wieland-Miescher ketone. Wieland and Miescher, they are the name of 2 German scientists who were working on similar type of molecules, and they were successful in synthesizing this. This precursor is used for the synthesis of a variety of steroids. Similarly, for the variety of terpenoids, pentacyclic triterpenoids. So triterpenoid we shall see in this due course. So I shall be presenting this one. So this molecule has a very, very important application in synthesis because this is a precursor. So which was first synthesized by Wieland and Miescher, and then this is being used for the synthesis of a variety of steroids and a variety of tricyclic terpenoids. So you shall see the application of this again later. But at the moment, just look at here, what happens next. This is being reacted further with methyl malonate, diethyl methyl malonate. If you remember, if you have a carboxylic acid here, not ester, so this is commonly called malonic acid. This group is methyl present on this carbon. This is called methyl malonate, methyl malonic acid. So it is the ester of that. What is the importance of this? This exists in enol form. Carbonyl is here, so it exists in enol form. When it is existing as a enol form, it is a good nucleophile. Because in enol form, one oxygen bond hydrogen is taken by sodium ethoxide, generating a negative charge here. So this negative charge is a carbon nucleophile, a soft nucleophile. You see there is a carbonyl group present here, but it doesn't add to this because this carbonyl oxygen is hard, but this is soft. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is called 1,6 addition. So 1,6 addition, or this is also commonly called conjugate addition. This you had definitely studied in previous in your semester 6 in reaction mechanism course. This is a conjugate addition. Soft nucleophile always prefer soft center, mean it undergo conjugate addition. So this carbon approaches this carbon, resulting in the formation of addition. Why I am showing this zigzag? Zigzag is mean it is a 50% product in which this methyl is above the plane. In other, this is 50% behind the plane. This is called racemic entity. So same is here. This shall approach above the plane and behind the plane equally, so generating mixture of these two isomers. Now, what is happening next? We react this with aqueous potassium hydroxide. Reacting with potassium hydroxide, what shall happen? This moiety shall be converting into carboxylic acid. Once it is been converted into carboxylic acid, in last step we heat it. When we heat it, two carboxylic group is attached to one carbon. One of them leave in the form of carbon dioxide and results in the formation of this entity. So this group leaves and we get a hydrogen attached to this. So we have a methyl, a carbon and a carboxylic group. Methyl, carbon, carboxylic. So these two sequences taken, but in between them we are reacting this with selenium oxide. What is the role of selenium oxide? Selenium, uh, selenium oxide is basically, you see we have a double bond here, carbonyl here, but we don't have a double bond here. The role of selenium dioxide is it generates a double bond at this position. So before we go for this, this molecule is going to be converting into having a selenium dioxide, which shall transfer this hydrogen because selenium dioxide basically reacts with the enol of this form, resulting a double bond at this position. So selenium dioxide selenium is in 4 oxidation state. When it leaves this molecule after addition, removal of hydrogen, it converts into selenium in which oxidation state is 2. Means selenium reduces from 4 to 2 and this carbon-carbon double bond are oxidized. Because when the hydrogen leaves, what it happens? Addition of hydrogen is always reduction. Removal of hydrogen from any molecule is oxidation. So this carbon are oxidized when it is converting into double bond. You see the centonin ring is, this ring is being completed and we are having this molecule present, just a hydroxylation is required here. In next case, selenium dioxide. Selenium dioxide make a hydroxyl group at this position. So when we have a hydroxyl group here, that hydroxyl and this upon heating, first we do this in the presence of methanol. This methanol makes an ester of this. Once ester is formed, it reacts with alcohol to form carboxylic ester. So ester is this one. So this is how alpha centonine, the structure number 8 is alpha centonine. This is how alpha centonine is being synthesized. You see, there are several steps. This is a Michael's addition. This is in a single step, this reaction is taking place. But when we reach here, the reaction slows down. As a result, we add rather acetic acid, we add some perchloric acid, HClO3. Perchloric acid we have, which is a much stronger acid, which protonates. Because this, in the presence of acetic acid, this is a weak acid. So it produces less H positive and it doesn't protonate this. But when we have perchloric acid, HClO3, it protonates this very quickly. So that's why when the reaction approaches here, this slows down. To increase the reaction rate, we add here perchloric acid to convert that into Weil and Weisser ketone. This is how this reaction is done. This is a single step reaction. So once this is synthesized, we undergo Michael's addition and this removal of one as carbon dioxide. So we get then selenium oxide to generate a double bond here, and then selenium oxide make a hydroxylation here. So then in the last reaction, it is a coupling reaction to generate a lactone ring. This is how alpha centonine was synthesized. When the properties of these were compared with natural alpha centonine, which have a specific stereogenic center at this position. So here it is racemic. You see, this is racemic. What it means, all 8 isomers are synthesized. All 8 isomers are produced here. But how many isomers are possible here? 8. But only one isomer the nature is producing. This is the major difference between synthesis done in a living cell and the synthesis done in laboratories. This is the outcome of synthesis in a laboratory, generating all possible 8 isomers. 8 isomers are possible with 3 asymmetric center. All of them are synthesized here with equal ratio, almost 12%, 12 point something. 12.5%. So every shell that we 8 isomers are possible, all are forming. But look at here, when enzymes work, you have seen various enzymes working, converting the precursor farnesyl pyrophosphate first into alpha-thalanin, then alpha-thalanin into xantonin. One isomer is formed out of 8. This is the beauty that lies in biosynthesis rather than laboratory synthesis. So I hope this is clear. This is the alpha santonin I have introduced. But if I am going to introduce a few other, let's say, if I present here just a few more examples, very complicated structure. Let me first introduce you another sesquiterpenoid, which is very, very important and has been awarded Nobel Prize. Let me show here first. If I am going to show, um,